Hello there, and welcome to another Starfield video. So this is the final part, currently at least, of the House Faroon ship rebuild. So in the previous videos, we've seen an A-class vessel, the House Faroon Adder, and the B-class vessel, the House Faroon Cobra. This is the C-class vessel. I have named it the House Faroon Python. The reason behind the name is as I was building it, I kind of like envisioned this is like House Faroon's kind of main like combat vessel. But it's also kind of a bit of a multi-role combat vessel, like it can kind of do a bit of everything. And keeping with the naming, in Elite Dangerous, the Python is it's probably one of the first like big ships a player will kind of upgrade to. So I thought it made sense. So kind of like I was saying, the main purpose of this vessel is this is House Faroon's kind of pride and joy when it comes to combat. It'd be kind of more equivalent of like a kind of a light cruiser. It's pretty big, obviously, but it's not going to be as big as like some of the UC's heavy hitters. So it's Now the design layout of it is I kind of went with it's slightly asymmetrical on the top, and then it's got those two kind of weapon pods on each side, which I quite like. This bad boy being very heavily armed. So if we take a look at the stats, it's got a fuel of 800, which is very nice. I kind of wanted to have quite a lot of fuel, just because, like, this is House Faroon, you know, this is the sort of vessel that sits out in space for quite a while. It's got a hull of 1468, which is kind of, you're at that threshold where, like, anything over 1400 for Z-Class is pretty good. Cargo capacity is quite low. I opted to kind of keep the cargo capacity low, but there is room to kind of add cargo capacity if need be. So it's C-Class vessel, 40 power. It's got a crew of 9, which is very nice. It's got 30 light years of jump range, 1600 shields, 3 sets of weapons. It's got particle weapons, ballistic weapons, and missiles. So for the particle weapons, it's on each side of one of those gun pods. On the port and starboard, we've got 2 of them. Inside the gun pods, we have 2 railguns, I think. They're the railguns or Gauss guns. Then on the spine going down the opposite side of the bridge, we have 2 missile pods. So the price to make this vessel is going to set you back around 500k, so it is very pricey. And it makes use of some merging, quite a lot of merging, so if you guys don't like that, just a heads up. So yeah, let's check it out. Alright. So as you can see here, it's quite a daunting figure. Color scheme, you might say, is a bit kind of gaudy. And I just kind of went with that because I like the green and the gold, just because like snakes. Now, obviously, you could if you wanted to rock this sort of ship, you could change it to be more House Faroon by doing the color scheme. Someone commented, I don't know if they commented on the Discord or on the channel exactly how to get that color, but when I made this ship, this was quite a while ago, so I didn't have the time. But yeah, you know who you are if you want to comment. So we can actually set that up. There are the gun pods there. I kind of went with like some of the more powerful weapons in the game because like House Faroon are known for being quite powerful, like weapon-wise at least. We have the bridge there, so let's enter. So we enter the Deimos Companionway. In we go. So like I was saying with this ship, it's supposed to be kind of like more of a kind of a command ship / mothership, so there's a little bit more room to maneuver. So immediately here we have a Tayo living quarters. We've got a little kitchenette here, some toilets, and then if I don't get stuck in a plant, we have some bedrooms here, which is very nice. And then if we head over this way, we have another kind of living quarters, just for, you know, you might need who needs extra living quarters. And then we have a battle station here. So this is where the House Faroon will be like kind of figuring out like, okay, where is our serpent god now? Yeah. I quite like this battle station just because it has a little chair in the middle. And then over here we have an infirmary, which you kind of need one on a big vessel like this. You know, people are going to get hurt. And then if we head up, there is the bridge, which we'll get to in a minute. So if we drop down underneath, down here we have a workstation with all the accoutrements. We've got spacesuit workbench, weapon workbench, industrial workbench. Over this way, we have the docking port there, and we also have the bridge, or the brig, not the bridge, where you can keep your unruly housemates. And then over here, finally, we have the engine room. Gotta have an engine room in these big vessels, you know, it just kind of adds to the immersion. And then finally, we have a research station, because I kind of imagine like House Rune, just going off of their technology and stuff, I could imagine a lot of them being like quite sciencey. Just because, you know, their tech is pretty powerful. Yeah, that is it for most of the interior. Now we're gonna head upstairs. Gonna double check. I didn't miss it. This way. Okay. I know where I'm going. We go. I went with the big bridge because I quite like this big bridge. Seats are a bit... I know the seats are very obnoxious, but I just think it's quite cool. So let's take it up. Take her to space. See how she performs. I really like the gun pods. I hope at some point we get more like hard points designed to hold weapons. Because currently we kind of have the three main ones. We have those like those ones that look a little bit like real guns. We have the little Nova Galactic winglets, and then we have the tile equipment plates. It's kind of cool if we get a few more in the near future. I'd really love to see some Elite Dangerous style ones where you have like hatches that open out and the weapons deploy. That's always been one of my favorite things about Elite Dangerous weapons. Anyway, so as always, I'm gonna take this for you. I'm gonna remove 5 power because you know I have a perk that increases my power by 5. So for weapon rise, we've got those particles. They hit extremely hard. They're C-class. We've got the ballistics, which also hit extremely hard. And then we've got those missile pods. This thing packs an absolute punch. Quick little base speed of 130 because we're rocking C-class engines. Got a boost speed of probably like it's going to cap out around 450. Not too bad. Agility test. Pitch up. It's quite agile. Now there's a bit of weight to it, but there's not a lot of weight in terms of cargo. So if you were to increase the cargo, add some cargo slots, it would definitely get a little bit heavier. Alright, so we're going to head down to the planet now, and I will show you how to build it. Alright, so we've got the ship broken down, so we'll start over here. So we've got a tile all-in-one berth, 2x1 top B. Tile all-in-one berth, 2x2. Tile infirmary, 2x1 top B. A battle station, top B, 2x2. Deimos landing bay. A Kontiki B600 bridge, Stroud Eklund, 380 cargo, 6 crew. 100 DP Deimos Slim Docker bottom. Tayo Armory 2x1 bottom B. Workshop 2x1 bottom B. Science Lab 2x1 bottom B. And Engineering 2x1 bottom B. So now for the layout of the vessel, the way I set it up is we have the battle station like so. And then we have our all-in-one berth connected to the infirmary, and then this connected there, and then we put that there, and our engineering bay goes underneath like so, and then we have our workshop, our armory, and finally our science lab. And then I like to put this slim docker just underneath there like so. So next, the part that's like kind of tricky. So like I said, there's merging involved in this, but this part is kind of the trickiest. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be merging these engines. We want to set these engines up in a way that, I'll show you real quick. These engines, we want them sitting there like so. So they kind of are half and half. But we're going to merge some objects inside of said engines just to make it a bit more streamlined. Just gonna move these a little bit. So ideally we're going to be merging 2 fuel tanks, the grav drive and the reactor. So we're gonna move this bad boy over here. Now, first thing we're gonna need is we're gonna need something to act as a scaffold for our little merge technique. So I'm gonna use these Nova bracers. And then what we're going to do is we're gonna briefly remove the bridge. And we're gonna put 2 snap points like so. And you'll see there they don't want to snap still, so you need to put 1 higher. Perfect. And then we're just gonna basically duplicate these. We're gonna get rid of that one. And we're going to connect this there. And all we're doing is we're basically highlighting both of these and then highlighting a Nova bracer. And if we press the duplicate button, sometimes they'll duplicate down, sometimes they won't. So in this situation, I think we actually have to do it backwards. As always, Crimson does things arseways. Let me just double check that. These are gonna like sit like so. The engines. This is what's interesting with these is these engines. They're one of the few things that don't like playing nice with the merge techniques. So we're gonna see. So grab both of these, and yeah, see if so you do the engines first, basically, to duplicate them down. So like I was saying before, you just grab them and press Y, and they duplicate down like so, and then you're just going to delete the excess like so. And then we're not done yet. We still need to get the grab drive in there. Come on, grab drive. And the reactor. Now, I have a funny feeling these aren't going to want to merge, so we'll probably do these. Do the engines first, like as always. Yeah, they don't. Okay, so fun fact, these engines, you have to do them last. Interesting. So we're just going to merge these pieces down like so. Why are these pieces not merging down? Hold on now. Bear with me. Are they snapping like so? To do it the other way. Try that again. We're going to basically put these here, and we're going to merge these ones instead. Okay. Bear with me 1 second. Alright, so I figured it out. So basically these have to go like underneath to get them to work properly. Let me just move my mic because I'm kind of at a weird angle. So you just have to kind of scaffold down is what I did, as I just kept scaffolding down like so. So I could get them to like a snap point like that, and then we're going to move them up as close as we can get them, like so. Now what we're going to do is we're going to remove the majority of these scaffolds for now. We're just going to leave 1, and then you highlight both, and then we need to, I think we need to actually give it some snap points. This is one of the issues with like these pieces, is they don't want to, so we're kind of basically forcing it to snap to a very specific point. There we go. Hold on. Come here. So you see it wants to snap, but like it doesn't currently. Alright, so I spent quite a while trying to get the original engines in, and while I did do them, and I could get them to kind of slot in, it was very tricky. I'm not sure exactly what was causing issue. So I just decided to make it a little bit more simpler. We're just going to use these engines. They're a little bit heavier, a little bit more fuel, but they're perfectly fine in terms of the layout. Let me just change the color so they're all green. So these ones, they're a lot easier to slot in, so all we're going to do is we're going to swap them like so, and we're going to put them underneath, like that, and then we're just going to, oh, they need to come back a little bit. These actually look they look better in the long run once you need to slot them up. Whoops, they need a snap point. Well, come back here. Come on, snap. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Wait, are they not on? They're not on the same axis, are they? That's probably where the issue is. Remove these very briefly. This is one of the things. This is one of the things you got to be careful when it comes to these like merge techniques, you have to make sure that the objects are like correctly snapped, like they're connected to other things, because if they're not, you have situations where they just don't want to snap at all, and that is not fun. Sometimes it can happen when you do this, like, you know, you duplicate down. Sometimes it doesn't, it duplicates a little bit too fast. Let me just flip this like so now. Now this is causing me problems. This is pretty interesting. I don't know what it is specifically with these engines, because we can do like the technique of this. So like if we put them, let's put them here, like so. So we're basically just using the original kind of merge strat, where you would flip them. And we're going to come here, like so. And now we're going to see if we can move them by lighting both of them. See, now they'll snap. It's pretty interesting. I don't know what was causing the issue beforehand, but you know, it is what it is. So sometimes you will encounter situations like that where they just don't want to play nice. So now we're going to remove the scaffolding and we're going to get rid of. And then what I would like to do with this situation is I will swap them. Oh, hold on now. That was... You want to kind of swap them like that, so that they basically snap kind of together. As you can see, this is kind of tricky, so we're going to actually have to back step a little bit with this one. So we're going to get them into position like so, and then we're just going to flip them, because I want them basically like facing like that way. We're going to flip these. Probably the easiest way actually to make these. So again, we're going to have to do some scaffolding, like so. Perfect. Now, we just duplicate them up. They need to be higher, don't they? Yep. I need to do a little technique with them. Let go. There we go. Perfect. See, it's tricky getting them into position, but once they're in position, there we go. That's where we want them. Now we can... Like I was saying, I'm not sure what exactly is causing this like issue. Because I've noticed it like it happens. Is it because of the snap points? Let me check this. This video is like a lot longer than usual, but it's kind of I like kind of showing you this just to kind of show that like when it comes to like snapping certain pieces, they don't always like to play well together. Well, you snapped in there, but you weren't really supposed to snap in there, but okay. Alright, so pretty much the way I got these in, as you were seeing, I was just kind of like, I started off down at the bottom, and I was just effectively like kind of flipping them like so. Because something that's kind of interesting, when you like, with some of these pieces, when you like do the technique of flipping them, they will raise themselves ever so slightly. But that's how I got them in there. But yeah, it just kind of goes to show these like kind of methods, like they're very finicky. I don't know, it's only the engines for some reason. Or the fuel tanks. I don't know if it's like because the fuel tanks like have different like points to grab, but anyway, so for this is where it gets simple. I say as it does it, watch it not get simple. So now we're just gonna basically grab these and lower them. There we go. Thank you. For once you're working in my favor. And then we lower them one more. Like so. Perfect. And then we just delete the rest. Perfect. And now we have our engines. We put our thing back. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move this to the center. And the first thing I'm going to do is just to kind of get it out of the way, we're going to... I don't know if I actually went through some of the other objects. I just realized now after building it, I didn't go through all of the objects. I do apologize. So for the engines here, currently we have the SF-40 sheared flow reactor from Dogstar, C-Class, 40 power, 1315 hull. Then we have the J52 Gamma Grav Drive from Relodyne, C-Class, 11 power, 50 jump thrust, 308 health, which gives us 30 light years. And then we have two of these 800T helium-3 tanks from Ballistic Solutions Incorporated, 550 each. And then we've got two of these Amadon X300 engines from Amadon, C-Class, 3 power, 25,890 engine thrust, 8,400 maneuvering thrust. Now, so for the structural pieces, we have two Stroud engine braces A. We've got four of these Deimos bumpers. We've got four of these Deimos wing A. We have two of these Deimos cowling 4. Two of these Deimos 4 Deimos spine Fs. Two Deimos bellies. We've got two spine A's. We have two spine B's. 4 spine C's. Another spine A. A spine D. Another spine D. And a spine A. So we're just going to grab all these ones and we're just going to kind of set up the top first. So this is going to sit like this. It's going to sit like that, but of course that piece is going to play a bit finicky. So that. Well, that definitely sticks inside. So we're gonna. Whoops. Need to put these back a little bit. Alright, for now. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to attach the front. So for the front pieces, we start off with two of these Deimos belly pieces like so. And then next we're going to get some of these Deimos cowlings. And they're just going to sit like so. And then finally, we're going to get these two pieces here, these Deimos spine Fs. And these are going to sit inside here, so I'm going to show you. We're going to move this piece. This is going to snap to that there, and then you just snap this in and do a little simple flip technique. See what I mean about pieces like sometimes floating? This is one of the issues where sometimes when you try to like get pieces in nice, and even though like the snap point is there, it doesn't want to. So what we're going to do is we're going to make use of we need our, where is our, we'll use a hab for now. So I'm just gonna basically drop these down. You can snap these anywhere, it doesn't matter where it is. I'm just trying to get it here. And we're gonna highlight them. And then highlight that, and we're just going to drop them down like so. And now you'll notice they're merged in and they have this piece, and then finally we can snap that piece there. Perfecto. And then we're going to snap the longer piece, which consists of a spine B, a spine A, two spine C's, one facing forward, one facing back, two spine D's, one forward, one back, and then this one here. And then this sits like so. Now, for the weapon pods, what we are going to do. So we basically have these pieces here. They're kind of laid out like so. And the idea is we want to snap them like so. But in order to do that, we kind of have to set them up a specific way first. Alright, so basically what we want to do is, I just need to double check. You know, else I've built this vessel. So you're going to get two of these Deimos wing piece, and they're going to snap there to the front of the infirmary on this side, and then on the other side it's going to snap to the front of the all-in-one berth, like so. And then next you're going to snap these pieces in. They're going to kind of sit half and half, so that the wing kind of intersects like so. Same thing again. Ignore that. And next we're going to get these two pieces, and they're basically going to snap in like so. And then we're going to snap the other one, the other side. These pieces consist of two of the Stroud pieces. Once I snap them in, I'll show you. So we've got the Stroud cowling, 1LA, this is the port variant, and then the 1LA starboard, and then two of these Stroud Cap Bs, we got port aft and starboard aft. And then for the weapon ports, we're going to just delete one because I'm going to duplicate them. So we're going to put one in here, like so. And then we're going to put one in here, like so. And then really quickly, we're going to... These bad boys are going to sit back here just to kind of make it all nice. Before they do that, though, we're going to snap these pieces here. So we need to actually remove this briefly. And then this sits like so. And then this just kind of sits on top of it. It's just to kind of give it some more structure, but also some nice texturing. Like so. Perfecto. Now, for the weaponry, it gets a bit finicky with the weapons, because if you've ever, like, tried to place weapons on those weapon mounts, you'll know they don't play nice. So first of all, these missile pods, we're just going to snap them like so. Now, I mount the Gauss cannons on the inside. And I find the easiest way to kind of mount them is to basically place them on the outside first. And then duplicate them inside like that. Perfect. And then for the bigger guns, they're just going to snap. They snap a little bit more easier. Like so. And then the same on the other side. Hopefully at some point too, Bethesda will give us some like larger caliber weapons. Like I'd love some sort of like, you know, like super railguns or like particle weapons that like have like a cooldown of like maybe 10 seconds, but they do like devastating damage. So again, with this one, you're gonna have to place the Gauss guns first. And then sometimes, like you can see here, sometimes they don't want to play nice. It's very annoying. I don't know what it is. It's stuff like this that kind of makes me like think like when it comes to merging and stuff. It's not like a huge thing. Because you have situations like this where like you can't even use the snap point that's given. So... Whoops. So this is pretty finicky. Trying to get it in there is, that's what she said, I know. There you go. And then same again. Perfect. And then just mount these bad boys on the outside. I like to offset them a little bit, like so. And then finally, we are going to add our landing gear. Like so. And then we have 2 sets of landing gear. Second, the camera is being very, very weird. We've got 2 of these, 4 of these Nova Galactic landing gear. Oh, I should check the weapons real quick. So, the weapons we're using is the Hunter Mag 450 missile launchers from Horizon Defense, B-class 4875 range, 1 fire rate, 94.49 shield and hull damage, and 3 power. And then we have 4 of these MKE-4 Gauss guns from Ballistic Solutions Incorporated, C-class, 1625 range, 1.5 fire rate, 51 hull damage, 3 power. And then finally we have the PB300 Alpha Beams from Ballistic Solutions Incorporated, C-class, 3899.99 range, 1.5 fire rate, 41 hull and shield damage, and 3 power. Now for the landing gear, we have 4 of these Nova Galactic landing gear. We've got the NG-20s. As you can see, sometimes the camera is not very nice. Basically what we're doing here is we're adding them there, and then we're going to put these ones here like so. And then these are going to these are going to snap here like so. The reason for these is just to kind of give it some extra structure, which I will show you. Let's see which way. Yeah, so in order to get these in, oh, whoops. I have moved them around, so we're going to just move these out of the way. You just want to snap these in place like so. And then you just do the technique of that way, basically. So instead of flipping with these ones, you just basically flip the variants like so. And then we're going to do the exact same thing the other side. This is just kind of to add some like extra structural pieces. Where's the other shroud one? Just so that it looks a little nicer. And then same again, you just basically swap it like that. Now, we have our shield generator, which is an Assurance SG-1800 shield generator from Sexton Shield System C-Class, 12 power, 1600 shields. So for this one, we're just going to basically merge it in here. It's going to sit here like so. And then we're just going to flip these back like that. We've got two of these Hope Tech pipes. These just sit on the back like so. Just to kind of give it some extra greebling, make it look all nice and fancy. And then finally we have these pieces here. Now these pieces are going to snap like so, and the purpose is just to add like extra kind of structural pieces underneath for the landing gear, just to kind of make it look a little nicer. Whoops. And yeah, that is what is an error. All modules need people with landing bay. What is not about landing bay? Interesting. I'm not sure what's not above the landing bay. Oh, does this need to go like there? No. I'm trying to figure out what module specifically it doesn't like being there. I'll be back when I figure out which piece this is. Alright, so I'm not exactly sure what was underneath the landing gear. I basically like went back to before I made the ship, like, you know, before I dismantled it. And everything is good to go. The only thing I could like realistically like think of would be the fuel tanks might be a little bit too low potentially. Let me actually check that. If we were to lower the fuel tanks. So just for the purpose of this, I'm just going to lower this one. Okay, yeah. So basically, you need to have the fuel tanks need to be a little higher. So when I was putting it together, I did it kind of arseways. So yeah. So basically, just for future, when you get to this point, you need to have them a little bit higher. So I actually find it was a lot easier attaching the engines or the fuel tanks. So yeah, that is the Python anyway. I do apologize for like it was a bit rough. One of the issues when it comes to building these ships, a lot of the time I build them like a week before, and then I kind of tweak them and stuff. And when it comes to like actually like doing these kind of breakdowns, I kind of forget how I put them together. But I do like the use of these these fuel tanks instead. But yeah. As always, guys, let me know what you think. I may do future House Rune ones in the future, but for now, I feel like I'm content with the 3 I have. I may eventually make an Anaconda, like in reference to like not only the Elite Dangerous vessel, but also, you know, got to make something bigger. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Let me know which is your favorite ship out of the series of these 3 vessels, and yeah. Let me know if you'd change anything, like weapon-wise or anything like that. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this sort of content, and check out some other videos. As always, bye-bye.